Hello, my brothers and my sisters. Brother Billy. I believe in God the Father. I believe in Christ the Son. I believe in the Holy Spirit, our God. He is three in one. Um, I want to talk about briefly Dan Bongino and the Officer Tatum. And just kind of let you know that they shouldn't be trusted. Now, I really used to respect before Dan Bongino went to uh, the government, FBI, and had his podcast. I used to listen to Dan Bongino pretty regular. Uh, I used to kind of like Dan Bongino. Man, Dan Bongino done went off the rails. And the Officer Tatum, I used to kind of like him one time too. Had things I disagree with, like we disagree with some things from everybody, but I used to like him. I don't respect neither one of them too much right now. I think they're cowards. I think they are probably being, my own personal opinion, probably being paid to say some of the things they're saying because they're getting something. Because they really not making sense, and you really shouldn't trust their um you know their commentary on Candace Owens because they're not being balanced. They're absolutely not being balanced. They are. Anytime somebody defend Erica Kirk at without ever, this is the key, defend Erica Kirk without ever dealing with the accusations that people are bringing up about her. That you notice they never ever touch on that. All they do is, you know, browbeat. All they do is use ad hominem attacks on whoever is attacking, and not even attacking Erica Kirk, just questioning suspicious things about her behavior and questioning and talking about and pointing out the many lies she has been telling us. And when you do that, they throw you under the bus. You get thrown under the bus. Not even for attacking Erica Kirk, but just pointing out the fact that you lied, Erica Kirk. They never ever deal with that. That's always a red flag, my brothers and sisters. So let me get, trying not to be here long. I just want to do a quick recap on some of the things they've been saying online, which is absolutely insane. But let's do this right here. Let's listen at Candace. This was from today. Candace dropped that series today. She started on that series today. My God, this is one of the things she said as she was reading some of the comments. But that series, oh Lord, I mean, I don't want to deal with it too much because I'm still want to process some things. But from one of the main things I got today from listening at her is that Erica Kirk, Erica France, or whatever you say her last name, she may not be who we think she is. All of us been thinking that, but it might be a little, that rabbit hole might be even a little deeper than that. Because her parents and her mother and things, her papa or mufa, whatever she's saying Candace brought up, that stuff ain't adding up. So it looks like we gonna find out. No wonder they've been freaking out. Because they know if Candace start looking into you, oh my goodness, she is I'm gonna put this in front, an anointed. She is an anointed researcher, an anointed journalist. She has the anointing of God on her to research and dig out and expose the truth. And ain't nothing these devils can do about it. Nothing. When God wants something exposed, You could call somebody the devil, a demon, a witch, a warlock. I hate them. None of that gonna matter. When God already exposed the truth's coming out. And ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Now let's listen to Candace on this right here, when she talks about, you know, why people freaking out about looking into Erica Kirk, her background. She can say it much better than me. Let's listen at this little piece from Candace as she reads a comment from somebody.
We all want a friend like Candace. When Ish hits the fan, Charlie deserves the truth to be found out. And we all know you're doing everything in your power to get there. Go Max, Candace. The thing about the Zionists, they always are forecasting something. Why are you freaking out about an investigative series if your whole premise is she's just an innocent grieving widow? Don't you look appreciate how stupid you look? You're basically saying she's not a grieving widow.
Right. Watch this pad. I'll just go ahead and stop it. It's about to go back.
That was offered to us as an excuse as to why she could not answer.
This thing done jump all the way. Okay.
The first we gave her 10, then we reduced it to 4 questions for today's episode, and they were not like exactly cumbersome questions. It was basic questions. Why, if you grew up with a single mom, did you pursue your Swedish citizenship? Is your mother actually married to Larry? Is it a real marriage, or did she just use his last name? Like, just trying to be a little bit more precise, but we will just have to take her in terms of what she said.
So that's one of the things that Candace pointed out. I mean, and I agree 100%. If Erica is just a grieving widow, an innocent, that's the key. If she's just an innocent grieving widow that has zero to do with what happened to her husband, I mean, she is squeaky clean. Why is everybody freaking out about Candace doing this digging into her background? You can't find nothing that's not there, right? You can't find me as a you just can't find nothing that's not there. Like I said one time, I've never done drugs. I never sold drugs. I never trafficked drugs. Um, Nothing like that. So if you look into my past, you can find a whole lot of stuff I did that I shouldn't have done. But you're not gonna find me trafficking drugs because I never did it. And so if I told you I never trafficked drugs, but I actually did traffic drugs, and you look into my past, you'd be like, brother Billy, you a liar. Why did you just not tell us the truth? I mean, everybody got a pass. Why did you say you didn't traffic drugs when you did traffic drugs? Erica Kirk has done a whole lot of that. And so why are people freaking out about them looking into her past? I'll tell you why they're freaking out. Because they are afraid what is going to be disclosed, uncovered, revealed about this woman that many of us, thank God now Candace is looking into it, many of us had this suspicions for a while. We were just waiting and baiting and pushing Candace to get there. We were. She showed a lot of restraint. Now, oh boy, Erica, all I can say is you in trouble. You are in it. Well, let me rephrase that. If you had anything to do with the assassination of your husband, you in trouble. And I'll touch on that when we listen to Dan Bongino and um Mr. the Officer Tatum. Now I'm gonna want to warn you on this one. Dan Bongino is cussing like a sailor on this right here. He's cussing real bad. So they did beep it out, but you still know what he's saying. So this is a Christian, a professed Christian man who believes in the Lord and talks about God and Christ, but his mouth is absolutely filthy on here. Filthy. Filthy. And he is again addressing Candace Owens, calling her, demon and devil and crazy. Why? Let's listen.
You go yourself, you demonic fucking scum. This just can't be what this movement is. And if it is, I just don't want any part of it. Erica didn't choose this, man. Imagine sitting there.
He said Erica didn't choose this. Didn't choose what? Did Erica not choose to be the CEO of Turning Point? Yes or no? And to all you critics, did Erica not choose to become the CEO? I mean, almost overnight after, and I know I'm being, hyperbolic or whatever, but she did it quick, fast, and in a hurry, became the CEO of Turning Point. Somebody forced her to do that, or she chose that? She made a conscious decision to become the CEO of Turning Point, knowing she has little ones, little ones, who, when it's convenient for them, they'll point out the children, to Erica's children. But why you ain't pointing out Erica's children while they're being neglected because her mom is on tour and going all the time? Who watching the kids? So I don't want to hear this crap. I'm sick of the crap from these people. I'm sick of the crap from Dan Bongino with his nasty mouth. Listen at the rest of this filth that's coming out of his mouth.
In your house and you find out from Twitter or, I don't know, a text or a phone call, or that your husband was just shot in the neck for the entire world to see on social media at a public event. I can't imagine that. I know you can't either. Then you got to go through this. Then you got a bunch of absolute fucking lunatics sending her emails. You did it. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You demonic fucking scum. For as much as I hate what just happened, I wish ill on no one, and everyone should restrain their emotions from the other side because they are not on our side. Once you go down the road of violence, there's no turning back. And I'm sorry if the language distracts from you, but I can think of no other New York way to say it than fuck you, motherfucker. You deserve to feel the little licks of the flames of hell on every inch of your body. If there's an afterlife, oh, and I believe there is. I believe in the second creation. I don't pretend to be the judge and jury, but I.
That was Dan. And my question is, why? Why all the profanity and all against Candace simply because what? What has she done? Because she's gonna look into the past of Erica Kirk? You cussing her out because that's what she's doing? Y'all gotta think now. What y'all gotta think about this? Why are they freaking out? Why are they really freaking out? Why Candace need to go to hell because she's doing an investigation into Erica Kirk, who happened to be married to Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated. Candace never said Erica Kirk assassinated Charlie Kirk. So if Erica Kirk is squeaky clean again, like I said earlier, why people are freaking out because she's being investigated and not even as quote unquote involvement, but just being investigated so we can see because she has told a bunch of lies. And so again, based on all the lies Erica Kirk has told us already, you believe she has nothing to do? Well, I mean, why would you 100% believe she has nothing to do with what happened to Charlie Kirk? Why would you believe that? What evidence has she given you to absolutely 100% believe that? She has lied a lot. So could she be lying about having an involvement in that? Of course she can. Are you that it? Are you? Why not? They always told me. I was always told when you tell little lies, you tell little lies to cover up big lies. And if you're telling a little lie, you'll do a whole bunch of other things. Now let's listen at that was Dan Bongino. And this here be the Officer Tatum. And he is the Officer Tatum is going to kind of talk. He's going to talk a little bit about, he wish he could talk like Dan Bongino, but he's a Christian. And I wish I wish I had that clip pull up. But Didi got a podcast. He showed Officer Tatum cussing somebody out. I mean, cussing them out. But he said on here he's a Christian, so this is why he can't talk like this. But he sure had a clip where he even cussing somebody out. I saw it on Didi got a podcast. The Officer Tatum was cussing somebody out. Now let's listen to Officer Tatum and let's critique some of this, what he's saying about, of course, Miss Candace Owens. And like I said, he's a coward and can't be trusted either, because let's let this thing play. And then we'll go through some of what nonsense he's talking about.
We don't want you. Nobody wants you. You were the spawn of Satan. I promise your parents, alive or dead, are looking at you now in horror that they spawned the demon. Your last name will live in infamy. Your kids will deny knowing you. I don't want anything to do with you.
Damn Bungino.
They're talking about Candace, y'all. They're talking about Candace Owens. And not only Candace Owens, anybody, which would include me, that actually agrees with what she's doing. I agree with her looking into the background of Erica Kirk. I agree 100%. Why not? What's wrong with looking into Erica Kirk? We can look into everybody else, but Erica Kirk is off limits. Why? Brother Billy, because she's a grieving widow. I wrote down, because I'm gonna have to do a little teaching on widow, because we just let people just put out these, just pull scriptures out the Bible and just browbeat us and just beat our behind with them, and they just absolutely handling the word of God deceitfully, and got us scared to call out Erica Kirk when she lies, because she's a grieving widow. Does God allow widows to lie? Does God give a widow a pass to look you in the eyes and lie because I lost my husband, I'm a widow, and I'm a grieving widow? Grieving widows don't have a right to lie. They don't get the right to lie. God doesn't sanction lies, whether you're a grieving widow, whether you with your husband, you never had a husband, you never have a right to lie. So, miss me with that, Dan Bongino. Y'all are afraid of what's going to be uncovered.
Gino said it like it's supposed to be said. It's not about the individual person specifically. It's about anybody. You know who they are. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications anytime I go live and make a video. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Let's get to Dan Bongino real quick. This is what I've been waiting on. This may be the rest of the show. I want to be very clear with my audience. Everybody keeps asking me, Candace Owens, Candace Owens, Candace Owens. I do not agree with what Candace Owens is saying. I don't agree how she's doing it. I don't agree with what she's saying it. I think it's the most bizarre thing I ever heard. Now, why do I not say her name every time I have something to say? Because it's not about the person. It's about the spirit behind what's happening.
Okay, and you don't agree with Candace on Officer Tatum. It ain't about the person. It's about the spirit. What spirit? What spirit you talking? What are you talking about? What spirit, Officer Tatum? What spirit have y'all seen? I'll tell you what the spirit I've seen following Candace on the entire time she was investigating this. I've seen the spirit of restraint. I've seen the spirit of humility. I've seen the spirit of boldness. I've seen the spirit of correction. I've seen the spirit of restraint. I mean, I've seen a whole lot of things come from Candace that would definitely line up with the spirit of God. She was being pushed, remember y'all, to go after Erica way before, back when we was like, get, because we were like, hey, this woman ain't right. You can tell this woman ain't right. We know, Candace, what are you waiting? What are you doing? Why you ain't going after her? You are a much better researcher than us. So we know this stuff. You know it. And we were like, get her. She wouldn't do it. She would not do it. She was like, Erica hasn't really said anything. And, she hasn't given her a reason to, she was showing restraint. And every time she would say something about Erica, it was like commendable. So what spirit is Officer Tatum talking about? What are you talking about? Trying to talk religious because a lot of people have a religious background and grounding, and so they use religion to keep you in line. That's what they're doing. Telling you not to seek and follow the truth. Don't follow the truth because of religion. The Bible teaches me to follow truth, to go after truth. Jesus says he is the way, the truth, and the life. So if Miss Erica has anything to do with what happened to her husband, the truth is we should know that. And the truth is we should know whether she is completely innocent or whether she had something to do with it and she's partially guilty. What shouldn't we know that, Officer Tatum? What spirit you talking about? I told you, they can't be trusted.
I would have to name 25,000 people every day, every time I make a statement. And it bothers me that people want to see drama more than they want to see solutions. But Dan Bongino said it like it's supposed to be said. It's not about the individual person specifically. It's about anybody. You know who they are. People in the comment section, won't you say that? If you know who I'm talking about and you know who it is, then what are you talking about?
We talking about you as a coward. That's what we talking about. We're talking about you being a coward. Why won't you specifically? Because I'm calling you out. I don't believe you can be trusted, Dan Bongino or Officer Tatum. And I'm calling you out. Now, I know you probably never see this, but even if you were standing in front of my face, I'd call you out and tell you I don't trust you. Because why? Because I think you're a coward. If you're talking about Candace Owens, you can be specific and call her out. Now the question is, why won't you be dogmatic and call her out? Why you like straddling the fence? That we call that in Christianity straddling the fence. Don't straddle the fence. Be bold, like a lion, like Candace is being bold, and call her out. I don't know why you won't do it. Maybe because that's a war I don't think you want. That's a battle you probably don't want. And that's a battle you know you don't want. Because maybe you got some things in the closet that you want to kind of keep there. And you like, I got enough sense not to go there. Because a man, she will uncover and overturn and go up under every stone there is. And Brandon's like, I don't want that. I don't want that on me right now. Maybe that's why you ain't want to be specific and call her out like that.
You want drama? You want an argument?
No.
You can give a person so much airtime all they want. What is that going to do to the principle of what's happening?
What's the principle?
It bothers me a little bit. I see why some people feel that way, but at the end of the day, it bothers me. At the end of all of this is a point blank, clear synopsis is that if people, I think it's evil to say that Erica Kirk had something to do with Charlie Kirk's death. It's evil.
Okay. First of all, Tatum, Brandon Tatum, it's disingenuous for you as a Christian, if you are implying, because you didn't say nobody's name, but again, just say I think it's evil if Candace implying that Erica Kirk has something to do, with the death of Charlie Kirk. Just say it. Now, y'all know how crazy that sound though. See, we not thinking. We so caught up in our emotions that we just picking side instead of standing on truth. You know how crazy that sound right there. You calling somebody evil. You calling Candace evil because that's what you're talking about. And she did not say Erica Kirk had anything to do with the death of Charlie Kirk. She never said that. Now I believe, if you want my opinion, I believe she did. But Candace is trying to, she's just looking into her background because she's been lying a whole lot. But what makes that evil, Brandon Tatum? If she's never said that directly and accused Erica Kirk point blank of having something to do with the death of Charlie Kirk, what makes that evil for her looking into the background of Erica Kirk? What makes that evil if she has a suspicion about Erica Kirk maybe having something to do with it? Why would that be evil? If something happens to let me use my wife. If something happened to my wife, who's the first person the police come in to talk to? They come into my neighbor. They come into my co-workers. They go into people on the other side of the neighborhood. Who the first person they come into to talk to? It's gonna be me. They wanna talk to me. They done find my wife floating somewhere and they coming to me. They want to know when was the last time you saw, what happened, y'all fighting, y'all all right, y'all go, what was going on? They gonna investigate me because I'm the prime suspect. Why is that supposed to be different as related to Eric Kirk? Y'all not even thinking.
Evil. I think it's evil. Some people are consumed with evilness. I don't find any credible evidence whatsoever to believe that Erica Kirk has something to do with her husband's death. And the fact that people are even entertaining it with no evidence is a spit in the face to Charlie Kirk.
So just to entertain that is a spit in the face of Charlie Kirk. Y'all know how stupid this man sounds? Are y'all understanding how stupid Brandon Tatum sounds? That's a spit in Charlie Kirk's face to even entertain the fact that Erica Kirk, the wife of the husband who was assassinated, with a $300 million insurance policy. I think he had like a $350 million insurance policy. It was millions and millions and millions and millions. But oh man, she would even entertain the fact that she may have had something to do with her husband unaliving, you are wicked and evil. You just evil, says the Officer Tatum. And y'all buying that. Y'all ain't using logic. You know logic says she should be investigated and looked into. She should be the first person investigated and looked into. You know, it has been months since Charlie Kirk has passed, about 5 months, something like that. Candace is just now starting to deal with Erica Kirk, like within the last month or whatever. I told you she's been like restrained about saying anything about Erica Kirk. She's been going after TPUSA, but she has been restrained as relates to Erica Kirk. Now the gloves off. The gloves off. And the gloves off because Erica Kirk is a liar. And so we don't know as of right now whether she's lying about her involvement with what happened to Charlie. We don't know that yet. But guess what? Based on their reaction about that trailer, boy, we getting close.
And his legacy. I'll say this clearly, and this is for everybody involved. You cannot say you care about Charlie Kirk or love Charlie Kirk and you dissing his wife like this. You can't say it. Let's be.
Candace, that was for you. You cannot say, I know you claim to be Charlie's best friend. You know, he was your best friend, you was his best friend, but you cannot make the claim that you love Charlie. And you're dissing Erica Kirk like this. Dissing her in what way? You looking into her past. You inquiring about her past behavior. Her past, history, which is like normal thing to do. The fact that Charlie's been assassinated and you're looking into Erica Kirk's past, I mean, that is like, you are so disrespectful and dissing Charlie Kirk. You don't love Charlie Kirk. You love Charlie Kirk. You just believe what the Fed has told you. Tyler Robinson did it. He did it with a 30-06. He did it. He was a lone gunman. We got him waiting for trial. Matter of fact, Erica said, let's have a speedy trial. Let's speed it up. I want to speed this up. Let's hurry up and get this settled, speed up. We got him. Believe us. Case closed. That's what they want us to believe. But we're not believing that. We're not accepting that. We're not believing nor accepting that lie. Because we know that's a lie. And again, I'm about to close, but this is an officer. Well, this is a former officer. That's why his name is the Officer Tatum. He's a former police officer. He's a former police officer. He's a former police officer. And put it right there. He's a former police officer. And he's B. Tatum. Do you believe that a 30-06 shot Charlie Kirk in the neck? That's what I wish I could talk to you. Because I get you on the record. As a former police officer who know about weapons. Do you believe that a 30-06 was used to shoot Charlie Kirk in his neck? Yes or no? Do you believe that? Because we need to get some of these so-called experts who are defending this nonsense on record. So you will know who cannot be trusted. And he done said enough, him and Dan Bongino, to where they cannot be trusted. Because they have never, like I said earlier, Dan Bongino was the second in the deputy director in the FBI. So he has been exposed to evidence that, all the evidence. And he believed in this, the official narrative of the FBI, and calling us evil and wicked and we need to go to hell and feel hellfire because we don't believe that. And this Christian brother here is pretty much, co-signing the same thing. Dan Bongino is right. He couldn't have said it better. That he's co-signing the same thing. So this Christian saying we deserve hellfire because we don't believe the FBI's official report. A Christian is telling you you deserve hellfire because you don't believe the government. Now, if a Christian say you deserve hellfire because you don't believe God, now that's way different than telling me I deserve hell because I don't believe the government's official story behind what happened to Charlie Kirk. And I'm even insinuating, I'm even suggesting, even looking into, even having a thought that his wife might be, could be, got motives to be involved in what happened to Charlie Kirk. Y'all, Dan Bongino and the Officer Tatum cannot be trusted. They cannot be trusted. I wrote down something. Phrase. Yeah, that's enough. Y'all heard it. I've told y'all I'm gonna be on here long. That's it. Dan Bongino and the Officer Tatum should not be trusted, because you will never hear them debunk, or you will never hear them address the actual allegations that Candace Owens and others have made about Erica Kirk. Even the facts, they don't address that. They just call you evil, you a demon, you a devil, you wicked, you deserve to go to hell. And Dan Bongino use all these curse words. That's what you need, because you don't believe the official story from the government. No, I believe God, Dan Bongino. I believe God, Officer Tatum. I don't put your trust in no man. I don't believe y'all liars. I believe people, I want to trust people who telling me the truth. And right now, Candace has been spitting out a whole lot of truth. Erica Kirk has been spitting out a whole lot of lies. As for me and my house, I'm siding with the truth. Right now, that's on the side of Candace. Y'all be blessed. See you again next time.